thank you, Flashlight TV, for this opportunity that you have given us. Me and my host, Sammy. I'm Joseph Wambua Musyoke. Welcome.
Thank you.
Sammy.
Yes.
You aspire to be an MC.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you understand the needs of the community?
I thank you, morning viewers. Once more, allow me to say that anybody who aspires to be a political leader or a leader of some sort need to first of all do what we call needs assessment research or survey. Because it would be absurd when you want to lead a people and you don't know exactly what they need. It would look like you are asking to be given a job that you don't really understand. I've done a lot of survey and research, and have the privilege, having been born and growing in Mwea, I know all the challenges in Mwea and the needs of our people. I know them. I know them.
Thank you. Previously, we had leadership in the first term of the county government, and currently we have leadership. Kindly, could you tell us, how do you rate the leadership previously and the current leadership?
Thank you. The previous leadership was the first that brought in the implementation of the devolution, 2013 to 2017. It was a leadership which went through very many struggles because, first of all, even some of them did not know what we call the basic undertakings within the county assembly. Some of them were living in the past era of county councils, and others were former councillors. And when this comes, and now they are elected members of county assembly, where there is a very strict routine, because a county assembly is actually an image of the National Assembly. Some of them had problems in exactly going about the business in the houses and even plenary and all that. But again, allow me to say, in Mwea, though, the one who was there tried his best. I tend to think it's because perhaps he had come from a regime of political leadership that would give him an edge. He did precisely well, but of course not up to what is expected of him as a leader. For the current one, struggling, and of course with a lot of baggage, having done very little, dismally, performed very dismally, and sorry to say, unwilling to be undevised, and not ready to take anybody's idea to help him and enrich his leadership. Of course, he has done his thing, the way perhaps he thought best for him, and it's a pity that we are already in electioneering here, and at this point, there's nothing you can do about it. He has struggled and struggled. And you know, as an African, sometimes you are pulling a baggage behind you and you don't want to be relieved. You continue struggling, and along the way, you are wasting people's time. You are also wasting your time. You are actually digging deeper into problems of your community. That is my take on the present leadership.
An MC has got three main functions, that is representation, oversight, and legislation.
Yes.
Do you really feel as if the previous leadership did something on those three issues?
Thank you. Since 2013, the inception of devolution, some work is seen because we can see some unfinished projects, some unfinished dispensaries, some unfinished serious store at a place called Bonzu. Those are actually attestations to the fact that the one who was there was doing something. He was trying his best. And that is where we can say he was trying to play the role of actually oversight. He was doing his oversight as far as he was doing. Because with those projects, within a 5-year span of time, we cannot say this gentleman did nothing. He did something. Legislation. Mwea is a very unique place. We have fishing, we have green grams growing, we have maize, we have horticulture. None of them has ever made an attempt to move a motion in the House with a view to actually ensuring these functions, besides others, are constitutionally, legally taken care of. Because as at now, we should be seeing some developments, tangible developments along the shores of Masinga Dam, where there is a lot of agricultural activity in the form of horticulture. We should be seeing our dengu growers benefiting, even if it is through a circle. Because you see, Joseph, when our people grow their dengu and the middlemen are here, before they even know what is happening, the dengu has been bought and they have nothing to show. Now you make the people poorer. It is the role of the leader to ensure that the production of these crops and the ultimate benefits to the farmer are safeguarded. This one can only be done within the floor of the House. And as an elected leader, it is up to you to take care of your people. It is not them to come telling you, it is you. Because when you went asking for the votes and you got elected, you knew what you wanted to do for your people. As for, we have talked about legislation oversight and representation. Yes. That one they do, because all you need to be is to be in the House, drawing a salary and sitting there dozing off. You are representing your people. Whether you are actually participating in motions or you are sleeping, you are participating, you are representing them. Constitutionally, you can even sit there for 5 years, never even greet anybody. You are representing your people. It doesn't matter. That's one they do very well. They have done very well, in my view. Thank you.
When you talk about legislation and development, we have seen projects that have stalled. What are your plans on those stalled projects, and maybe the project that shall be led by your predecessor?
Let me say these projects, okay. The projects are not for the MCA, they are for the community. And that is where we miss the point. You know, when I am elected, because I'll be elected on 9th of August this year, once elected in office, it is my duty to ensure that I complete those stalled projects and deliver them to the community, because they deserve it. It is their dispensary, it is their road, it is their classroom, it is their maternity ward. They deserve it. These are not things for the elected leaders. When we are constructing a dispensary, we want to deliver so that it can offer health services to the local community. So when I come and I find a stored dispensary and I don't complete it because for fear it will be seen to have been done by Honorable so-and-so, my predecessor, that one paints me in the burnt light. And it shows that you don't really care for your people. Then you start a new project which you don't also finish. We end up with so many unfinished projects, and it gives a sad history of what kind of leadership has been in this place. That one will not happen on my watch, Joseph. I make sure that I complete that. By the way, there is a, I don't know how I can put it in mother tongue, but the one who completes is the one who carries the glory. It's much easier for you to complete an already established project and then you deliver to the community. It is me they will see having saved them. In fact, they will never even remember it was you who started it. That's the issue. But I also want to say, some of us leaders, who perhaps may be suffering from what we call inferiority complex, and you don't want to be seen to be beaten by a former politician, you feel shy of completing this project because you think, in your view, it will be perceived like, after all, it was not his own. That is not my concern. I've delivered the facility to the owners. Game shot. I'm happy.
Mwalimu.
Yes.
Who failed? The executive or the people's representative?
Thank you. Because of what we call, they call it separation of powers, and here is an elected leader, and this is the executive who is implementing the project. But of course, as an elected leader, you have a role to oversight. Let me say this, within a 5-year span of time, you should also make sure that you come up with a viable project that can be completed within that span of time. Because your contract with the electorate is 5 years. So when we come saying, take me back so that I can complete my unfinished jobs, first of all, you should be running away from the people. You are cheating. Why didn't you complete them? What stopped you from completing them? Come up with a viable, time-bound, achievable, realistic projects that can be completed within your 5-year term. If I come, of course, with my own manifestos, which I know they are manageable, even as I complete those projects, I should make sure that within 5 years I've done that job. But of course, when they are not finished, it is the elected leader who will be blamed, not the executive. Because the executive provided the financing, it also went ahead to deliver. But if they delivered badly, it was upon you to say, this one is not done right. Did you tell your people that this is not done right? Perhaps you collaborated, who knows? It is you to blame.
Mwalimu.
Yes, Honorable Wambua.
You are a professional.
Thank you.
And a teacher indeed. You taught in many schools.
Yes.
Which you achieved a lot.
Thank you.
And I also understand, lastly, you are in Meru.
Yes.
You left some legacy at Kelea SK Primary School. You also went ahead. Currently, you are a director at Winner Circle. Now, Mwalimu, you are seeking to be elected to represent your people. And as a community, kindly, do you have any initiative, a community initiative that you can attach your leadership? And as to why, what can you show to the people that you initiated for the community in attributes to your leadership, skills and achievement?
Thank you very much. Interestingly, when you are performing professional jobs, there are some issues that you are limited to, but you support them. Any fundraising that has ever been in Mwea, have been there to ensure that children go to secondary schools and even universities. That is an initiative by itself, which I have supported very well and are very passionate about. Allow me to say this, and with a lot of reservations. Joseph, I'm not that person who likes going around talking about what he has done and what he has achieved. But in my stay in the Guinea Primary School and the SK Primary Schools, I made sure I sought for scholarships for very many vulnerable children, particularly vulnerable girls coming from very vulnerable families who performed very well and we are almost missing out in Form 1. Today, most of them are graduates doing very good jobs. Some are in Western world. Joseph, let me tell you, you know, as a Christian, we say what this hand does, let this other one not know. And professionally, we are tied not to shouting a lot. What we do, especially when it comes to social and humanitarian levels. You don't help somebody and then you go shouting over there that it is me who did this and that. But just conduct your own research. What has Honorable Wambua done as far as educational matters are concerned? And in particular, soliciting people to help children who actually would have never gone to school if it wasn't my intentions. Many of them. So that one is an initiative by itself. I've done it. And I even want to launch, God willing, Musyoke Wambua Education Foundation to ensure that those children that are really vulnerable and cannot access education, at least assist them. Because if I come to people like you, I know you fund the organization and it will be managed and we shall see our people, our children.